Good morning and welcome to Member Focus Monday. I'm Christina Schaefer, Director of Social Media for HAR, and I am joined this morning by HRIS Chairman Mario Arriaga. Welcome to the program, Mario.
Thank you, Christina. Glad to be here this morning.
Thank you. I know that you were a special guest on our podcast late last year, but I think this is your first appearance on Member Focus Monday, so we're really happy to
I
have
believe it
you.
is. I believe
Yeah.
it is.
And we've got some great stuff to discuss today. The products, tools, and services, all the benefits that our members might enjoy, but don't really maybe know the backstory behind, and some great things coming soon as well that you're planning to discuss. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Great. I am too.
So let's start off with just a quick introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you have a long history as a volunteer with HAR, TAR, NAR. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah. I'm a native Houstonian, and I've been a broker probably longer than many of the people listening today have been alive. Actually, over 45 years I've been in the business. It's been a great business. I'm glad I entered into it many years ago, and it's been a great career path. Fortunate to have been a part of the growth in our market, a part of the Houston Association of Realtors. It's been a good opportunity.
So you're a past chairman of HAR and have served in many different volunteer roles, like I mentioned, HAR, TR, NAR. What prompted you to get involved? You said you've been in the business, over 45 years. What prompted you to get involved and start volunteering and take on leadership
Initially,
roles?
I was serving on committees and on the board of directors for the Montgomery County Association of Realtors prior to them merging with the Houston Association of Realtors. And through that was involved with TREPAC and started going to the state conferences or conventions in Austin or Fort Worth, San Antonio, wherever they were being held. And really some friends and colleagues had said, you know what, the industry's been good to you. Make sure you give back. And so I took that to heart and been happy to be able to do that for these many years. And glad for the opportunity that the Montgomery County Association of Realtors did merge with the Houston Association of Realtors. I'll tell you a quick backstory on that. So we were looking at whether or not we should merge. We had about 800 members at the time. And the board of directors decided to form two committees. One to meet and propose why we should merge, and another committee to meet and discuss why we should not merge. And then those two committees were on stage at the Lone Star College up here in Montgomery County. And all of our members came in. We actually had about 350 members attend that event. I will tell you, somehow I was elected to lead the group as to why we should not merge with HAR. But the vote was taken, thank goodness, and we did merge, and that's been, I can't remember how many years ago, but anyway, it's been a great merger at that time. So glad to have done that.
Absolutely. And you are a leader at heart, Mario. So it makes sense that they elected you to take on a leadership position then. And of course, you're in a leadership position now as the chairman of HRIS. So with that being said, what is HRIS? I think most HR members might not really have any idea what that is. So tell us a little bit about HRIS. How does the HRIS board work, and how does that work benefit HAR members?
So let's start with what HRIS stands for. And it's Houston Realtors Information Services, Inc. And it is a for-profit entity, which is quite different from the Houston Association of Realtors, which is a not-for-profit entity. And so those two entities have to remain separate. So HRIS has its own board of directors. I'm currently chairman. Shally Ralph is vice chairman. Lorraine Abercrombie is secretary treasurer. We also have Bill Baldwin, Michael Clapp, and Cindy Heyman serving on that board. So that's the big difference there, that it is a for-profit entity. And we essentially work with the MLS and the members on the MLS committee the technology advisory group and those members, the information advisory group, and the commercial group. And also oversee the realtor store, because again, that's an income producing part of our business. So that's essentially what HRIS was formed for and how it functions today and what it oversees today. Again, the main reason is to keep the tax exempt status of the Houston Association of Realtors intact. So actually, several years ago, we had some outside law firm come in and we just did an audit of how we were operating to make sure we were doing everything properly. They suggested a few changes, which we put into place, and they've been very helpful and beneficial as we continue to move forward and the operation of the HRIS entity.
Okay.
That give
So
you a little bit of
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so you mentioned that HRIS oversees MLS, technology, information, and commercial. So kind of some obvious benefits to our members there. Are decisions made at that level as well? And how does the HRIS board work
Yeah,
with the
so
HAR board?
here's how it functions, much like the association executive board and board of directors function. So our members sign up to be on the MLS committee. They sign up to be on the technology advisory group committee, the information advisory group committee, and we have some commercial advisors, commercial members that are advisory members for our Comgate, which is our commercial information exchange with Moody's right now. So our members serve on those committees. Our directors of those different entities or those programs will come forward and they'll make a presentation to us. MLS will meet and they'll say, hey, we think we need to make these changes. Or technology will meet. They say we need to do these products or offer these platforms. Information advisory will review licensing agreements between different companies out there that want to do business with HAR. Or our brokers may say, hey, there's a company we'd like to integrate into our platform, so we will review that along with our legal counsel, Grant Harpo. Those recommendations will then come to the HRIS board. We will review those and we'll vote on them. We'll either approve them or amend them, edit them, or reject them. But they've been so thoroughly vetted by the time they get to us, it's unusual that we don't approve those. Once those are approved, then we report, and you'll see in the chairman's update for the Houston Association of Realtors, you'll see in that report decisions that we've made on HRIS so that all our members are aware of what those are. And that's essentially how that operates.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Again, there's different tiers, but it's good to know that it goes to different levels. And like you said, those changes or requests they're heavily vetted to ensure that they're going to benefit all HAR members.
Yeah, and the key to it is it starts with our members. I mean, it absolutely starts with our members. So that they're very important to this process.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. So tell us a little bit about some of the recent initiatives that HRIS has taken on that have been beneficial to our members.
So a couple of them that are current right now, I say recent, is the down payment resources that we're now offering. It's big. I think there's over 2,000 assistance programs that are there to help our members and to help their clients and customers have access to that. So I think that's a big win for the association and our members. The other thing that is brand new, in fact, it won't be effective until May the 1st, is that we're doing a data share and supra key cooperative agreement with the San Antonio Board of Realtors. So essentially, they will be able to see our listings, we'll be able to see their listings, our super will work on their properties and vice versa. That's a project that Sean and his MLS committee have been working on for well over a year. It's finally coming to fruition. And again, that's going to be effective the 1st of May. So there'll be an additional enhancement to har.com.
That's excellent. Our members, I'm sure, get calls from everywhere in the state, but I'm sure in the Hill Country, San Antonio area, and now they'd be able to assist those clients a little bit
Well,
better.
sure. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
they're not going to go show over there, but they get a call from a client and they can at least, look at the property and maybe do a CMA for them and then direct them to another realtor in that area. So, and the same thing coming back this way from San Antonio. So, uh, but the key to that is we've have developed a very good relationship with the San Antonio Board of Realtors that allowed
Mhm.
us to do that. So it's taken a while. It wasn't an easy process. So hats off to Sean and his team. And but anyway, that should be a great benefit for us. So those are two maybe recent what I call wins. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, um, there are so many different, again, products, tools, services available to members. What do you believe are maybe a few of the most beneficial services
Well,
that
let's start
HRIS
with
has been
probably
behind?
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
What's the probably best one right now that everybody talks about and everybody's so happy about? It's our Showing Smart. Okay.
Mm.
And there's another example where in the technology advisory group, it started there. Input
Hmm.
from our members came in. Taki and his team, were able to put that together and launch that. Our members can still choose whatever showing service they want,
Hmm.
but we're able to offer this. And again, the biggest decision we made was to be able to offer it to our members at no additional cost. And I believe to date, there's been over 1,100,000 showings
Wow.
using that platform. So it's just been great for our members. That's probably a big benefit from our members right now. Um,
Absolutely. And offering it with no additional cost is I know
well,
our
it's
members love that.
Well, I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so. And the other thing is, when it was first launched, it was great. But then Taki and his team and the technology advisory group encourages our members to give comments. Hey,
Mm.
what could it do different? What could it do better? What do we need to add? And so Taki took in a lot of those in and integrated those into the platform to make it even better. And we'll continue to do that as we get more comments from our members. They're the ones in the field working,
Mm.
doing this, so they know what they would like to see. And we're able to offer as much of that as we can in the platform.
Wonderful.
Another one was the launch of Spanish version in Matrix. I
Mm.
mean, it's hard to realize that over 50% of the Houstonian population is Hispanic.
Hmm.
So I think that's a big benefit for our members that are working in those areas, both for the Spanish-speaking realtors and their Spanish-speaking clients. Um, Another one is the audio narrative on
Hmm.
the general description of properties on the listing page in 12 different languages. Now, I know Taki didn't try to translate all of those himself, but through AI, we were able to do that. And we tested it. My wife speaks French and Italian, so I played one to her in both French and Italian, and she said, "Wow, it's perfect.
Mm.
It's just perfect." So I was talking with Kathy, our HAR chair, and in Spanish, she said it was absolutely perfect also.
Mhm.
So I think that's a big benefit for our members. Um, Another one is, and if you'll maybe put up a slide there that
Yeah.
shows what HAR does for its members in terms of, so, look at this. Visitor sessions over 8.5 million, 38 million times listing views, leads over 300,000. And at a $20 cost per lead, that's over $6 million in value that's been available for our members. And the big item on this that I want to point out is, in terms of benefit to our members, is HAR now has 50% and has consistently had more than Zillow or Realtor. We're the only market in the United States that continues to outperform Zillow and Realtor.
Mm.
That is a huge benefit for our members, along with your listing and your lead. So it just goes without saying that that's a huge benefit for our members.
Mhm.
Another one is, if our members don't know and they should sign up for it, is Inman News. I
Mm.
mean, we cover that cost for them. There's some good information there that comes out weekly, if not daily, on different topics that are very interesting and very informative for our members. So I encourage them to do that. Uh, and then for our commercial members, we have Comgate, our Commercial Information Exchange. We're now working with Moody's Analytics, which is a multi-billion-dollar company, to help provide that platform to us. We're growing in that area slowly but steadily. We're trying to reach out to more of our CCIM members and SIOR members out there to bring them into that platform. So we're going to continue to grow that platform. That's for our commercial members, our residential members. That's a great benefit. And then our realtor store. You know, how convenient is that to have our realtor store? Well, we don't just have it downtown, we have it in the other branches. So I think those are some really great benefits, I believe, for our members.
Absolutely. And the realtor store online. People can shop online as well.
That's true. That's
yeah,
true.
we
They
should
don't have to
mention.
physically get there. You're right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, absolutely. We should mention you were discussing Showing Smart and how well that has progressed. Showing Smart does now have a majority of the market share, if you will. A majority of the
yes.
showings that are taking place in our area are through Showing Smart, so that's excellent. You also mentioned, and I wanted to share this with our members, you mentioned audio narrative, and you earlier mentioned DPR, down payment resource. I would encourage our members, after they're done watching this program, go to HAR.com, pull up any listing, scroll down a little bit, and you will see both the audio narrative, as Mario said, available in 12 languages, and down payment resource. So consumers can actually go on HAR.com and find out what programs they may qualify for. So be sure to check that out on HAR.com. It's on every listing already.
Great.
Very good. So with that, Mario, I did want to just take a moment to say if anyone has questions for Mario, now is the time. Please type those in. I do see one that came in from Jonah. He just said, what was the commercial platform again? If you could just repeat that for us, Mario.
Yeah, it's Comgate, COMMGATE.com. And it's Moody's Analytics, but if you go to Comgate, you'll find it.
Okay, very good. Just a comment here from Manaz, and I had not heard resimercial, I think is what you said, residential and commercial. I've never heard that term before. But Manaz might fall into that category. It says, I'd like to see our commercial sale activities to count towards our sales. So just a comment coming in there.
Okay.
All right.
You know, the difference there is that commercial sales aren't necessarily reported to the platform. You know, it's a voluntary, you do not have to report a sale. I mean, you may show it sold, but you're not going to necessarily see what the sales price is. Some people will report it, some do not.
Okay.
So, but anyway, well, that's something to take into account and see how we might look at that further.
Okay. Suzanne, just again, a little clarification here. When we'll be able to access the San Antonio MLS information?
It should be May 1st.
Okay.
Should be May 1st.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you so much, Mario. So you've discussed what's already available. We want to know what's coming. So what new products, tools, services can we expect in the near future?
Well, there's several. There's quite a few. So Sean is talking about, Sean Dauphine, director of MLS, is talking about an enhanced matrix search that's going to be coming, he anticipates, in the fall. It's going to combine search, criteria, maps, and search results all on one page. So look for that maybe in the fall of this year. Some additional things that we're working on is better apartment data, greater apartment data, and an expanded area of apartment data. So we're looking at some different providers right now that we could do that with. We're using one now that has been okay, but I think we'll be making a change on that. So that again is probably maybe a quarter or so away from happening, but we are actively looking at doing that now. Another thing is, and we've talked about this, I know, in different venues, floor plans, very important. I think NAR put out a report that said that 71, I can't remember, it's 71% of agents, I mean, people wanting to sell, or
Mhm.
80, and then 81% of people wanting to list would prefer to have a floor plan included. So we're looking at some options. There's two or three different options we're looking at to include floor plans as a tool and benefit for our members. And hopefully we'll get that done in the next few months also. So
Excellent.
the other thing is climate risk. You know, we talk about that. You know, right now we
Mhm.
have flood map on our listings. They're not, well, let me say that. They're not on the listings. You can search for the flood map, okay?
Mhm.
Um, and we're looking at climate risk. You know, do we need to show other things as a link? It's nothing we're going to attach to the listing, but would be maybe on the hr.com page where you could link to different sites if you wanted to get more detailed information.
Mhm.
And I will tell you that we're currently in the very early stages of working with some professors at Texas A&M that they're looking at a climate risk tool that they're maybe trying to develop, and they've asked for our assistance and comments and everything. So we're in the process of working with them on that. Um, then voice activated listing search
Mhm.
that you could pair with Alexa, where you're going to be able to just say, "Hey, I'm looking for a, you know, 3 bedroom, 2 bath in a certain area," and you'll be able to get that information.
Mhm.
Uh, Again, that's taking some time to get developed, but we're looking at doing that. And another one is right now we understand that CoStar, who owns Homes.com,
Mhm.
is probably going to spend over $100 million doing videos of markets. And so we realize that that's important, that consumers are going to want to look for that. So we're looking at doing more market video content for our area. And that's a key point that we are moving forward with right now. So be looking for some more of that coming to your market areas that you'll be able to incorporate into your information. Um,
Mhm.
and then we've talked about this for a while, CRM.
Mhm.
And Taki and his team are working on that. It's a very complicated to do it and to do it properly. So we're excited that he's getting closer to that.
Mhm.
I'm anticipating, well, we don't have a firm date, maybe the fourth quarter of this year that we will see something that all of our members will be able to use that will integrate with Matrix, and it'll be a huge benefit for them. Um, and then one other thing that we're doing is we're saying, okay, are we doing everything we should be doing on HR.com? Is everything
Mhm.
there that the consumer wants to see? So we have some focus groups that Roz is coordinating to determine uh, what is it that they like about Zillow, and let us know what they
Mhm.
like or don't like, and because maybe we're missing something.
Mhm.
But those focus groups will be starting in the next few weeks, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of feedback we get from that. We'll use it, you know, we'll take the good comments, the bad comments, and we'll work with that to make our HR.com even better than what it is. So those are some that are, you know, coming, I would say most of them this year.
Very good. Well, thank you. It sounds like there's some amazing resources coming to har.com. And as we saw on that photo we showed earlier, I mean, the traffic is it speaks for itself, the web traffic, which then leads to leads for our members. So just adding additional resources like the climate, the different things that are coming, I just think it's going to be even more beneficial for our members. And they're agreeing. I see two or three of them that are saying yes to market videos. They love that. Floor said, yay, CRM, can't wait. Just a comment here from Tina Wilcher. She said, HR.com is one of the best associations in the nation. So,
Well, before we leave today, we certainly have to restate that. It is the best association in the nation. And it's
mhm.
thanks to the leadership of Bob and Renee and all of the key staff. You guys do an amazing job, just an absolutely amazing job to keep our association at the top.
Thank you. Thank you for telling us about all of those. Our members are excited. Yeah, Daniela actually just put excited with a couple exclamation points. So very good. So Mario, you mentioned earlier kind of the process of how decisions are made, how maybe new initiatives are taken on. How can members submit feedback about current HAR offerings or even things that they'd like to see in the future?
Well, what is it? Support at har.com, right? I mean, go there and put your comments there, much like we've done and received all the comments when we were developing Showing Smart. I mean, that's where those came in. That's where that information came in. So continue to do that. If you have ideas, requests, or absolutely, I mean, that's what we want you to do. It's your association. It's your HRIS. So we want to hear from you.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mario. I don't see any other questions at this time. So is there anything else that you want to share with our audience today?
You know what? I think we've covered a lot. I really do. I will tell you that while those items that we discussed are currently on the agenda, one big area that is getting a lot of attention right now is artificial intelligence. And I think we're going to see a lot more opportunities come forward because of that we're going to implement and use. There was a segment on 60 Minutes last night. I don't know who saw it or not, but it was amazing what can currently be done and how it's going to be used. And I know our staff is currently using ChatGPT or Bard, or what's the new one with
Jasper.
Elon Musk?
Yeah, a lot of different ones.
X.AI. So there's several of them out there. But at any rate, I think that's what we're going to see coming forward, even more and more use that's going to help. We're going to be able to use with our experienced staff that we have to implement things that will benefit us even more so.
Very good. Yes, the AI, it's amazing to see the potential there, unimaginable potential, really. So yes, thank you for mentioning that. Well, Mario, our members really appreciated hearing from you. I'm seeing some thank yous in the comments right now. So again, we really appreciate your time going through all of these benefits our members might not be aware of, some new stuff that was recently released, but also some great stuff coming down the road. And I couldn't agree more. Renee Galvan just said we have great members and great leaders. So thank you, Mario, for your leadership.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank
Have
you
a great
so much.
day.
Absolutely. Well, that is it for this Member Focus Monday, but I do want to go ahead and announce that next Monday we will be back with Alexia Smokler. She is the NAR Director of Fair Housing Policy and Programs, and we are going to be discussing all things fair housing. As we know, April is National Fair Housing Month, so we're going to close out the month of April hearing from Alexia. So please tune in next Monday at 9 a.m. to hear from her. Mario, again, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Christina.
Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.